Why do some spirits remain earthbound? I think the better question is, why do some spirits believe they can return to the earth realm and visit their loved ones, and others don't realize that they can leave the earth realm and cross over into the spirit world? I am working at a memory care facility, and I was visiting the back of the facility where it had been at one time completely full with residents. And apparently, and I'm sure more than that, 14 passed away immediately, like all together. Not immediately, but they passed away very relatively close together, in a short period of time. I could sense and feel some of the spirits that were still there. Now, there are psychic mediums, and I have done this before, they help spirits cross over. Now, what some people don't understand is, just because you help a spirit cross over doesn't mean that they can't come back. I remember working for a couple, and the gentleman works with a ghost hunters group here in Kansas, and he said, well, I want to invite you on a ghost hunting tour, which I don't want to go on because I don't have any desire to visit any old asylums or prisons. But he said, whatever you do, don't help spirits cross over, because the last psychic medium we took helped the spirits cross over, and then there were no spirits to hunt. Well, why do some remain earthbound? There are several reasons why some spirits remain earthbound. They might have died quickly. They don't know that they've died, and some are just programmed religiously to believe that if they do leave the space they're in, that they might go to a bad place. I don't understand why a lot of religions teach things like, for example, the Catholics believe in purgatory. Why would you want people who believe in that, why would you want anyone to think that they're going to get stuck in some kind of purgatory until they've do whatever it is that they need to do in order to be forgiven for their sins, and then they're allowed to go on to heaven? Like, oh, pray for their soul, they'll be in purgatory a long time. Well, how do they know? I was told by my higher power, God, that we have free will before we come. That's right, before we come. Check out my video on You Chose Your Parents. While we're here and where we go next, we have free will. Is there a heaven? There are many heavens. Is there a hell? There are many types of hells. I've experienced some hells here on earth. Is there a place that looks exactly the way your home does now in the spirit realm? Yep. All and above. So over the hundreds of near-death documentaries that I have studied, and then being a hospice massage therapist, and speaking to those who are close to death or dying, and speak about how they slip in and out of their bodies and astral project, and kind of like, some of them just kind of check it out, see what's on the other side, and then when they feel comfortable, they let go and they just go. Earthbound spirits need to be rescued. That's the word. Earthbound spirits need to be rescued because they truly believe they are stuck in the earth realm. So they are. everything around us is a manifestation and of our thinking on some level or another. It can only be based on your own personal perception. And because everything is energy, we might see things in a very solid, manner. We might see things in a very solid manner, but the truth is that everything is made of energy. We are as well. That is why, when I run into people who, tell me they don't believe in psychic phenomenon or ESP or anything like that, I'm like, haven't you ever thought about someone and they called and it's them? Or haven't you ever thought about someone you haven't seen in a while and then boom, there they are? Synchronicity is very much a part of our energetic experience as spiritual beings having a human experience. And the thoughts that we think and the words that we speak emanate out into the universe. Whether they are good or bad, that will depend on, what you create. Will depend on what it is you are thinking, good or bad. I always say, stand steadfast at the door of your thoughts, because whatever you're thinking or feeling, the two strongest emotions are love and hate. I don't like the word hate. I don't hate anyone. But love, anger, love, fear, because anger is a secondary emotion to fear. Those are the two emotions that probably create the most in your life. So whatever you are afraid of the most, whatever you are angry at the most, or whatever emotion that you are putting all of your energy in, that is what is going to determine what it is you create in and around your life. Everything is a matter of perception. So when I have done rescues for earthbound spirits, it's quite simple. I call in their angels. I ask them if they can see their angels. And then I ask the angel to create a portal. I usually see like a white light. It's a portal, And then I tell those that are earthbound to just walk towards the beautiful light, and when they see their angels, to reach out and ask for help. I haven't done it a lot of times, but I've done it a few times. I would say probably during the course of my life, about a dozen times maybe. When I least expect it, I will, a spirit will wake me up. On occasion, someone will wake me up, a spirit will wake me up that I don't know, and it's usually because they want help. And there's nothing really to be afraid of. We're all people. Just like there are good and bad people here on earth, there are good and bad people in the spirit realm. But you are protected, and you are not victim, nor can a spirit control you or hurt you. That's all Hollywood stuff. So anyway, next time you hear a bump in the night, or you see a spirit in your room when you're half awake, half asleep, or maybe you hear a voice calling out your name, which could be just your angels. It might just be a spirit needing a little bit of help to get to the other side. And if they come to you, well then, just simply tell them to go into the light and look for their angels, that everything is okay. Yeah, this is my life, folks. I have been seeing spirits since the age of 3. It is part of who I am. I have studied it scientifically, metaphysically, and spiritually for 45 years. It's not my imagination, and thank goodness today it is a subject that has become a little more accepted. And one of the things I love to do most is teach. If you have any questions, I would love to hear some of your experiences. Yeah. Have you had an experience with a spirit? Have you seen a spirit? What do you think about seeing spirits? What do you think about earthbound spirits? I would love to know how you feel, what you think. All right. It's been a long day. I'm going inside now. Take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.